Very much for joining. Hopefully this live stream should be going live. Anyway, if there's any problems, as always, everyone let me know in the chat and all that good stuff. But yeah, welcome everyone for me live stream. Hopefully you're all having a cracking day. What a mad game, a couple of games of football we've had this, especially today, wasn't it, with the Manchester derby. We've got a lot to talk about in terms of that. Will it play a part in obviously Manchester City's preparation for obviously the second leg of the Champions League group stages? Let me know, get involved. But yeah, everyone, what is it? Did everyone watch Liverpool Everton game? I'm guessing you really did anyway. But we can talk a bit about that as well. We've got a lot to talk about in terms of the mad team selection that was. But yeah, everyone, like the Manchester City United game really, and we can talk about the obviously the Everton match as well. But that's give us a shout, please. Ifran, of course, lad, of course. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, everyone, we can talk about obviously the Manchester City and United games in terms of the structure and all that. I'll wait until a couple more people do come into the live stream anyway. But yeah, let me know how you're all doing, everyone. Michael Dunn, thank you, fella. How are you doing, Michael? And Ifran, how are you doing? Let me know in the comment section below what you've all been up to today. Did you get the chance to watch a bit of La Liga, bit of Bundesliga? Obviously, Bayern Munich ran away with obviously the Bundesliga title today with their win. I think it's the 7th year on the bounce that they've won the Bundesliga title. Oh no, it might be 5 or 7. I think it was 5 years on the bounce that they won the Bundesliga title. I think the City game was amazing, Ufran. Yes, it very much was, mate, wasn't it? Come on the pool, we'll finish off City on Tuesday. Very much so, fella. Ifran, we might as well talk about it there as well. Trash Turtle, alright, fella. Wait till a couple more years getting, obviously, the live stream, and then we can all get started, really, and talk about, obviously, Liverpool and a bit of a Man City. All that magic stuff that happened at the Etihad today. It's not giving me a lot of confidence because I'm already very confident in this team in how we can apply our attacking style to obviously the game on Tuesday. But let's have a look at your comments, everyone. Nice one for everyone for joining in. If you can leave a like on the video, it would be very much appreciated. And as always, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Join the amazing family that we're growing on this channel. All fellow Reds and football fans as well. I'm going to be obviously doing the build up for the England the World Cup, which should be fun. So if you're an England fan or whatnot, we all of us on this channel, especially going into the summer, and I'll have all the Liverpool latest transfer news on a daily basis as well. But stay tuned, everyone. Let's get to your comments. Ewan, I don't have to apologise, fella. It's everyone's busy. Everyone can't join in on the live streams anyway. That's why I'm obviously gonna do my live streams. If you set a particular time that the majority are all available, I'd very much happily do my live streams then, because it's pointless me doing my live streams when you aren't available. Majority is. But as always, me live streams do get uploaded. So if you don't check me live streams out, they do always tend to get uploaded onto the page anyway. But yeah, and if you've not got your notifications tab on as well, just before we start, it's mad. YouTube it's done it to all the best YouTube channels and everything. All YouTube's been a thing. So if you haven't really done join on a YouTube notifications bell, if you don't know where the notifications bell, it's just so you all can get direct, so I can speak to you on it straight away. So you get your notifications like that, because I love every single one of you that are watching my videos. Really do appreciate it. You're all doing me in the world for me. But I wanted to reach every single Liverpool fan, so join the notifications tab on. Click that if you haven't, just so you can all interact. If there's a live stream, you will all get notified. Trash Turtle, well, thank you very much, mate. Hi there to another Reds fan. You're absolute legend, mate. That's ridiculous. You're absolute legend. I really do, really do appreciate that, mate. Really, that's beyond words, frankly, because that's appreciate any bit of money anyway. But absolute legend for donating. I don't ask for any money anyway. No one should really, but it really does help me. Thank you. That's took me aback, that, mate. Really do appreciate that, mate. Trash Dale. Hopefully you're having especially you, mate. You're having a quality night. Paul, thank you very much, Paul. For I didn't really get time to reply to your comments, fella, on obviously the Liverpool Everton video that I done. If no one's seen that, I done my post match reaction really to obviously the most boringest Merseyside derby that we've had. It's not really been the most exciting, but yeah. Paul, we're gonna chat. Just had a call and it's a bit of emergency. So alright, Jack. I love your live streams. Catch you next time. Caddy's looking mustard to me. Paul, go and shoot, mate. Hopefully that emergency isn't too serious. Whatever it is, keep me updated, mate. And yeah, I'll speak to you very soon, mate. Hopefully everything's alright down your end. Really do hope that, mate. Right, let's get to your comments. Big game shows. But obviously we're going to be talking about a bit of Liverpool, Everton, and obviously Manchester City United game, really, everyone. Let's start. Let's get your comments, everyone. They rested all the strikers. If we're talking obviously Liverpool Everton game, really. I think obviously today's Ifran and everyone that is joining the live stream. What did you all think? Obviously we rested Firmino. Mane did play, and obviously Salah is still recovering. But I think with today's match against Everton, it did highlight a bit of obviously squad depth in which we're currently lacking. I think when I've spoken to a lot of yous really and everyone, let me know in the live stream what yous feel on Liverpool's squad depth. It's not just quite there. So obviously in terms of the striking options, I think if you look at Cities and maybe Spurs and like obviously the top other clubs, especially along that forward line, if you take Salah, Firmino, and obviously our main three forward lads, if you take them out of the team, if there's any of them are injured, like Salah is at the minute, like there's no one really stand out that you could like go, yeah, he's straight in there. Because obviously, no discredit to obviously Dom Solanke or Danny Ings or Ben Woodburn or any of the forward lads, but that's one key area, especially when we do talk about Emre Can's central defensive positioning and in terms of that as well. We do need a lot more attacking options further up the pitch. Everyone, let me know your thoughts. If there's any forwards that you would like Liverpool to see, that we have been linked with obviously Marco Asensio with Real Madrid. He's like an attacking midfielder / left winger, but he commands a very huge, hefty transfer fee. So yeah, I can't really see us getting in, but that's the type of quality in which, for me personally, I would love Liverpool to bring into the football club. Do you know when Salah is back? If you quickly touch on your comment, mate. There's been no set, obviously, injury latest. Jurgen Klopp said after the press conference today, mate, and everyone watching, it was very much they're giving him a lot more time. He's not completely ruled him out, but he has got a fighting chance anyway. Obviously, he's not completely ruled him out against Manchester City, but I think with Liverpool, and if we do rest him, he didn't say completely rule him out, but I think it's not too bad because obviously Liverpool would have announced already if it was a really bad injury. I think he was in his oxygen chamber, Mohamed Salah, over the last two days. So if you're not aware what an oxygen chamber is, it's all mad sports science anyway. It regenerates all your muscle tissue and everything in terms of they would have literally just stuck him in that for like 2 days on the bounce when he has been going into Melwood, really. He wouldn't have done much training in terms of preparation for obviously the Liverpool-Everton game, but they stuck him in for that, obviously, prior to the Everton game. They've not played him, obviously, today, so that's given him a lot more rehabilitation time in terms of him being able to be fully fit. But yeah, mate, Ufran and everyone watching, Mohamed Salah very much is looking like he will be not fully fit. When I say fully fit, I mean like 100%. like if he is going to come back, he'll probably come around 80 to about 90% fit. It's not officially been, he hasn't officially been ruled out, but Jurgen Klopp is not fully committed at the minute to whether saying he is fully fit. But I tell you what, a 50% fit Mohamed Salah could still do damage, even if we were to bring him on, obviously against City. That would be fantastic anyway, because if you do look at it, Mohamed Salah would be a lot more effective coming off the bench. Obviously, Liverpool have already got their 3 goals. If it did come about, obviously on Tuesday night, that Liverpool did need 1 goal, I'd rather not risk Mohamed Salah in terms of, because we've hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well on Tuesday night, we've still got 2 legs in a semi-final and a potential final to play. So what do you do? What would you do if you were in Jurgen Klopp's position in terms of Mohamed Salah's fitness? Notification squad. Trash Turtle, you absolute legends. No cards, surprisingly, Trash. It was a bit mad, wasn't it, for the Liverpool-Everton game? Like, there wasn't really gone Joe and Gerrard and Carragher and obviously the Neville and Tony a bit of the day, Mikel Arteta's and all that. When a derby would be a derby, there's no really, if you were going to play Trent, obviously with a Scouser, but there's really, in both sets of teams, really no one that stands out there that you could say, right, they're going to have, not a scrap, but they're going to put the foot in where it hurts. Obviously, you're seeing from the Everton point of view of Wayne Rooney kicking off like a big baby when he did get substituted. Frankly, Wayne, if you were good enough, I know you're in the bottom corner there, mate. Like, if you were good enough and you would have stayed on the pitch, obviously Wayne Rooney's performances and quality has gone further down the pecking order. Obviously, he's not what he once was, really, is he? But, mate, it was surprising, as you just said, to not see, really, frankly, a lot more cards. I would have liked to have seen a lot more. You did see it a bit with, obviously, Seamus Coleman and, obviously, Danny Ings, when Danny Ings was, like, kind of winding Seamus Coleman up. Anyway, he said something that I can't repeat on the channel, but if he's lip read, that when we were at the Liverpool-Everton match, I think he's all got what he said. Wasn't very nice, I put it that way. Just basically called him a little diver, to put it in a kind words. But yeah, thank you very much. You're in this one game. Our lads, come on. Only game that matters, the City match, very much so, mate. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're not just talking about Liverpool-Everton game here. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to be doing me, obviously, all yous can get involved as well. I'll probably do me live stream in terms of the pre-match build-up for obviously the second biggest leg, the biggest game of the season, as it was on Wednesday night. We had 2 biggest games of the season, and this is our second half to that occasion. But yeah, everyone. Oh, apologies, everyone. What's that? No, it's not fitness update on Mohamed Salah. I've literally got Joe on as like yous all. You've got everyone on Twitter. I've probably got James. All these don't follow me, but I've just got all my notifications on. If there's any news of Liverpool, I get it straight on my phone. And if there's anything breaking, I'll just do a video, do a live stream anyway. Because I've basically got my notifications on basically anything that is related to Liverpool. Journalists, players, everything, really, in terms of that. My phone does go off. You'd think I'm a popular person on Twitter or whatever. I'm definitely not. When everyone notices my phone going off, or even all my mates are like, oh, you're popular on Twitter. I'm like, no, I'm not. Very much not, mate. To all of them. Just got everyone on notifications. Michael, thank you very much for your comment, fella. And thank you everyone for tuning in as well. We'll all discuss in the comment section below. Don't just speak to me. You speak to all your fellow Reds as well in the comment section. You can all interact. That's why I do my live streams, as well as you speaking to me. Or you can interact in the comment section below as well. But needs another striker in the summer. Michael, that's what we were talking about, mate, as well, wasn't it? What does everyone think about Liverpool's striking options? Obviously, Michael's just brought it up then. Timo Werner, for me, suits the English game. What do you think of him, Michael? For me, I really do like him. Obviously, he did come out a couple of weeks ago and say something about Manchester United being his dream destination or something along the lines of that. But he's a bit like Aubameyang, Joe. He's in the Bundesliga, mate. He's a striker that's blessed with a lot of pace, and he's got the quality really to finish the ball in the back of net, which is most important. But he does fit the ethos and everything about FSG's strategy, Joe, in terms of recruiting. I think he's. Let me know, mate, Michael, how young he is, but I think I think he's around about 21 to 23 in terms of that bracket, so he would slot into that term of ideal young, fresh talent. Especially, there's a whole pool of amazing talent in Germany. Obviously, you look at the American wonder kid, obviously at Dortmund, Marcus Pulisic. What a player he is. Obviously, he's the poster boy for American football or soccer, but it's football over there. But as the Americans say, he's very much one of their key stars in terms of the World Cup campaign and potential future Euros as well. But Paul's talked about Paul Dooley. Thank you very much, mate. Naby Keita. Can't wait for Naby Keita to join next season. Paul and everyone, where do we all think? Obviously, Naby Keita will fall into that category. He's obviously, for yous, is he the first name on the team sheet in the central midfield position in the park? Obviously, for me, he would be as well. But where do you think he'll play? Obviously, we do tend to play three in the middle of the park, but it's interesting to see what you'd go with. Liverpool have got options. Obviously, Naby Keita, he's very much versatile when he has been playing at RB Leipzig, as you've already probably seen anyway. He does like to get a lot forward. It's mad how much Naby Keita does influence a lot of games. When I've seen brief games of RB Leipzig, not to sit here and say, oh yeah, I've watched every bit of Leipzig, but I think when I've seen glimpses of highlights on, obviously, when they've been playing in the Europa League against Lazio, he's a busybody. He's absolutely everywhere. He's good in the attacking area, like the central attacking areas, central mid positions where he just needs the odd pass forward. I think that's where it's going to suit us, getting that creativity. It's alright having Henderson. I'm not having a dig at Henderson, but Henderson does tend to keep ball simple. Like, obviously, pass ball like diagonal, obviously from the central to the right back or the left back, like obviously when they're overlapping anyway. Whether that's obviously Robbo or Trent going down the wing or Klein. But the thing with Naby Keita, mate, and Paul, as you've mentioned, or as you've probably seen, or if anyone's watched Naby Keita, what's been impressing you about Naby Keita, and what are you most excited about to see him bring to this Liverpool team? Because he will add another dimension to this Liverpool midfield. If you ask any team around Europe, and especially, I bet that's why I love the pictures of Naby Keita. You're telling me that Naby Keita wasn't scouted by Barca, Real, Bayern Munich, definitely were looking at him. But it's amazing that Jurgen Klopp had the pull to get Naby Keita. It's alright, Liverpool Football Club sitting there at like the transfer committee table and going, yeah, I want that player, X, Y, and Z. Can we bring that player in? That's where Liverpool, for me, have took a bigger step in terms of like the recruiting. Gone are the days of signing Poulsons, your Jovanoviches, Joe Coles are the days. We're getting players now under obviously Jurgen Klopp's philosophy and ethos in signing, recruiting his players. Every single one of us looks at transfer targets, Joe, when they're around the world, and you're confident in Jurgen Klopp in like Joe pursuing a deal. Like there's 9 times out of 10, touch wood, as it has been at the minute. You're looking at Jurgen Klopp signings for Liverpool Football Club, even Loris Karius. When he did come in, there was a lot of doubters, obviously, in terms of Karius' ability. Even me, every single Liverpool fan doubted Loris Karius' ability, but Jurgen is stuck with him. Jurgen it's basically turned around, and yet Loris has got a long way to like prove. He's only been at Liverpool Football Club for 12 months, really, so we can't judge. But I tell you what, if Loris Karius and any other players like Andy Robinson, what an absolute steal. I think Andy Robinson, for me, yeah, Mohamed Salah was, for me personally, when we brought Salah in, you only have to look back on my channel how mad I went when we signed Salah, because I really did think it was Liverpool's biggest signing in our history, in my history, obviously, of watching Liverpool for 23 years. Like, it was Liverpool's biggest signing, and you've seen his rise. But in terms of Karius's, it's been a lot slower burner. Obviously, he hasn't had the impact Mo Salah's had on the team. But I tell you what, the last couple of months, Karius, even today, you see him with that save. He's really making that first team goalkeeping position his own. So the question I'd ask you would be, do Liverpool, or do you want Liverpool to show more faith in Karius and say to him, yeah, we're not going to bring in another keeper. Obviously, Simon Mignolet looks like he's going out to football club. Simon Mignolet, he's a decent keeper, but for me personally, he's not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. He was okay, he was good at Sunderland. Mignolet, the thing was, he's not that consistent of being a goalkeeper. But only time will tell with Karius. But Jurgen Klopp's signings have been absolutely top class. So would you bring in Jan Oblak or a Donnarumma from AC Milan, or a Nadan from Sporting, obviously in Spain as well? Any other keeper around Europe, or Alisson, obviously the Brazilian, which we've been heavily linked with this summer. Or would you keep faith in Karius and give him another 12 more months? For me, obviously not give him, he's not like we're selling him, but I mean in terms of keeping him as number one. Because Jurgen Klopp's showing that faith, as he has done with most of his signings. And I tell you what, Jurgen Klopp just doesn't bring players in for the sake of it. And we've seen it with Virgil van Dijk, we've seen it with Robbo, we've seen it with Karius. Real thought goes into these transfers. Any target that we go after, there's always good intentions and it's with a purpose. It's not like, oh, we need to fill this position and we're going to pursue that player. Now it's, we need this player, we'll wait 12 months like we done with Virgil van Dijk, and we're like, we'll sit, and like, we're not going to be bullied by teams. If clubs are saying, yeah, give us 80 million, and Liverpool are like, go ahead. But if Jurgen Klopp wants his man, he gets his man. So obviously there would have been transfer targets in January that Jurgen Klopp would have liked to Liverpool to sign, but he would have obviously not tapped them up. But every manager does it in world football. They discuss, ring them up or whatever. Jurgen likes to meet them in Blackpool, top of the year, Blackpool Tower, like. But Jurgen does get his man. So everyone, let's have a look, see if there's any been comments about Naby Keita. Where's the one thing, as I said before, where Naby Keita's best position, and what for you, where do you fit Naby Keita? Obviously, he's going to be the main midfielder, but I mean, who would you partner with Naby Keita? What would be your perfect central midfield partnership or perfect triangle? Obviously, you need your central defensive midfielder and your two sitting, but you could have variety in that. Everyone, well, let's get to your comments, everyone. Ewan, who won the City game? Oh, let me guess. It's City. Ewan, it was Manchester United, wasn't it, fella? Oh, we'll talk about that, obviously, the back end of this live stream anyway, that it's really, it was a match in which we didn't want both of them, any of them to win, but I'll talk about what would that mean. That means a lot to Liverpool. Or even though Liverpool weren't playing in that match, it just highlights the fundamental defensive frailties in Manchester City's defending, which we exposed in that first leg. But I think it's, after today's showing, Otamendi had an absolute nightmare against Lukaku and Paul Pogba. They were getting bullied, and the pressure, it was something that's not being really asked of Manchester City. Yet they're going to run away with the league with a ridiculous 15 points. But today, it was a big statement by Manchester United. I know United sit second, but in terms of them being Manchester rivals, United and Mourinho doing classic Mourinho, not getting rolled over. He always stands up against the big boys or any questions asked. As much as it annoys me, but that's why Jose Mourinho is Jose Mourinho. He does he does like to annoy a lot of people in football. Let's read your comments, everyone. Yeah, well, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And if you haven't liked the video, it'd be very much appreciated if you just leave a like. Obviously, we all know what YouTube's like with the analytics and all that nonsense, but hopefully you're all having a cracking Saturday night. Anyway, I very much am. Speaking all to yous, absolute legends for tuning in. But I will get to all your comments. So, as always, as I said before, if you're not speaking to me in the comment section below, speak to all your fellow fans. It's not just me that we're having a discussion. You can all have a discussion in the comment section below. That's what I love about this channel, right? So, Michael's quickly touched on, we need another striker in the summer. Obviously, I've already replied to that, mate. So, Michael, what do you think about Timo Werner? If you're still in the live stream, mate, what do you like about Timo Werner or anyone else that's seen the German in the Bundesliga for obviously RB Leipzig, Naby Keita's teammate as well? Where do you think that would help Liverpool's game in terms of applying that to Liverpool's attacking, already amazing attacking threat? Would it move Bobby Firmino into like a more central attacking area of the midfield? Obviously, where he was at Hoffenheim, he predominantly did play. He obviously wasn't the number 9, which he is now at the minute. Christian ASA. Jack, I can't see us adding top forward player, younger potential. It's more likely to play in lesser games right now. I'd guess we are looking for more players to push the first team. Very much so, mate. It's any players that we do bring in, they don't have to get straight into that starting lineup at the first team, because it's pointless. We used to do that, didn't we? Like in terms of recruiting. You brought players in to be fringe players, but any players, as I just mentioned, then they will be going straight into the first team. And that's how you build your quality in your team. But yeah, thank you very much. Michael's quick as a absolute legend for replying there, mate. Michael's touched upon, obviously, when I asked him about Timo Werner, how he's seen him play. He said, we don't really, he's like, no plan B, as they say, but Timo Werner is very much like Kane. I'd love Kane, but if Timo Werner is very much, as you've just said, mate, like a bit like Kane, he seems like a big physical presence, but I'll tell you what, if Harry Kane had the pace in which Werner had, in his ability, Harry Kane would absolutely be ridiculous. Even though Kane's not slow, but thank you very much, Michael, for your comment. I'd really love Timo Werner. He's a player I'd love us to buy. And he's quickly touching. I'd like to buy, obviously, everyone, if you're just joining or whatnot, I've asked who you would like to Liverpool to potentially pursue in terms of transfers. It can be centre back, goalie, midfielder, attacker. But obviously, the Everton game like today, it did highlight Liverpool's lack of real quality up front. Obviously, when our magic forward three aren't playing, we do tend to lack squad depth in terms of that position. So, yous let me know. But he said he would like to see Zaha from Palace too as an option. Real quality player, Michael. I think Klopp should train to be more forward next season. That's some Ewan. Naby Keita do as a nice one for the comment, Ewan, apologies. My tongue tied there, mate. Apologies. But yeah, Ewan, when he has been playing, I think it was Naby Keita when he was against, when obviously RB Leipzig were against by Bayern Munich this season. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. He played fantastic. He really did. I think he played that more central attacking area of the pitch. He very much really did command. he caused havoc between the midfield of obviously Bayern Munich and the central area and the defence of our Bayern Munich. So at somewhere, obviously, we lost Philippe Coutinho in like he's more obviously when we did have Phil, Mr. Snake, he was predominantly our best central attacking midfielder. But yeah, Carlton, are you scared for next week? No, I'm not, Carlton. Obviously, I'm very much I was very confident to go into obviously the City game. I could understand everyone's like not willingness to obviously underestimate City, but I'll tell you what, every single one of us have watched Liverpool this season, and there's no doubting when Liverpool's forward three and our midfield and our defence, when we're on song, we're one of the best teams in the league. Regardless, it's not being blind bias, but there's been games this season when I've watched Liverpool and like yous have, and you're like, this team can't half play some decent football. And I knew if the real Liverpool turned up like it did on Wednesday night, and if they turn up against City at the Etihad on Wednesday night once again, they'll get the job done. Because gone and like every single one of yous, we've all got confidence in this Liverpool team. We've got such confidence. If it's not Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino's there, Sadio Mane, Robinson down that left hand flank, Milner, and Chan when he does play and he's on top of his game. James Milner, he's looking like he's gonna be James Milner is gonna be the leading Champions League assister in the competition. You tell me what, James Milner being we've had the great likes of Paul Scholes, absolute genius in the Central Park, Alexander Pirlo, the absolute master, Iniestas and the Xavis in this world. They've played in the Champions League, but I'll tell you what, James Milner by the end of the Champions League campaign, James Milner is probably one of the most underrated footballers, and I'm not saying he's better than Xavi or not that, but James Milner, such a quality player, and for me when we signed him, I was like, oh yes, what an absolute bargain, and which he was. He's very much a professional for Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, I was absolutely buzzing. He could be the leading Champions League assister in one season of obviously in terms of an overall campaign in Champions League. But he's on track to obviously beat Neymar's assist tally from last season, which is absolutely amazing because James has played amazing and he played very well against Diev today as well. Is Salah injured, Carlton? If you missed it at the beginning of the show, mate, very much Jurgen Klopp very much didn't completely rule out Mohamed Salah. He's very much got a fully fighting. He's fighting for that fitness, but he's been in an oxygen chamber all week for 2 days prior to the Everton game, so his muscle tissues are recovering, and any signs of injury, he's fully, hopefully, fingers crossed, he should be fit, mate. So he's not been ruled out for the game on Tuesday night. Adam Grimes, thank you very much for that. I'll read out your comment now, mate. As much as the club is on a high, I still think we need a target man striker, an out CDM, an experienced keeper to be a sub, and to challenge Karius, another winger, and a top class central attacking. A top class central attacking midfielder. Very much, Adam, like, you look at our team, as we probably looked at the team today when you were facing Everton, like, as I mentioned, the forward line, as you've just mentioned, your CDM. I think CDM is a position which, like you, me, a lot of the fan base are looking at, especially with Emre Can, very much looking like he's going out the door. Naby Keita's not a central defensive position player. He's not a number 6. So Liverpool's still looking, obviously. But if no one's been watching Marco Grujic at Cardiff, I've seen highlights, obviously, after match of the day when the championship highlights are on. I'll tell you what, when he comes into I'm not saying he's going to be a starter, but it's another player that Jurgen Klopp has bought, and he's kind of been forgotten about. But I'll tell you what, Marco Grujic, the form he's been shown for Cardiff, obviously potentially gonna get Cardiff promoted into the Premier League. That grittiness and his physicality, physical presence, I think he would. There's no other tougher league than the Championship. If you're gonna help develop a player and get him more into the mode of like obviously English football, the Championship is where you send any of your players. And Marco Grujic is absolutely, as Neil Warnock's been saying this season, he's been pulling up absolute trees, mate. So potentially Marco Grujic could be even though he is a central midfielder, but he has got the option to play him in a central defensive midfield position because he's got all the attributes, Marco Grujic, to be a top class player. He's very good defensively and he's very good going forward as well. If anyone's seen Marco Grujic this season play for Cardiff, let me know what you've all thought about his development there. Where does this leave Ben Woodburn of this world? He's barely made an appearance this season. I want to see more academy players getting a fair chance. Copend, thank you very much for your comment, fella. We all do, mate, don't we? Obviously, the Kirby Academy is getting redeveloped. Liverpool will be moving up to Kirby and combining the whole facility in terms of, obviously, so when Jurgen Klopp, like they tend to do it, obviously in the Bundesliga, it's something Jurgen Klopp has pushed to FSG, and that's why we're getting the Melwood and the Academy all in one space. But I think that's a couple of years away anyway, mate, but the planning permission is very much looking like it's going to get the go-ahead. But, mate, we've seen Trent, but Trent really is obviously Ryan Brewster, obviously not a local lad, but he's obviously getting brought through the academy. But, Copends, I think Steven Gerrard is going to play a very important role in terms of that development, mate. Obviously, in terms of we'll see a lot more academy players getting brought through. Obviously Steven Gerrard being the under 18s, under 19s, whatever age category he is. But he's very much going to be in key dialogue with Jurgen Klopp. And there's no better man at Liverpool Football Club to get the kids through the system than Steven Gerrard. I tell you what, if any of us were getting taught by Steven Gerrard as a coach, we'd run through an absolute brick wall. And even if you were like an outsider coming into the academy as a young kid, you all know, everyone knows, wherever you are in the globe, America, Africa, Asia, your South American footballers at like that age, a very young age, everyone knows Stevie G. So if you're going with the prospects of playing under them, and Jurgen Klopp is asking Stevie, right, Stevie, who do you think personally could you see a player bringing through? And those two are very much going to be key in terms of the academy, mate. Copend, mate, if you've seen any academy prospects potentially come through, let me know. Do you think anyone that you've personally seen, or have anyone seen any academy players? Obviously, the under 21s or under 20s, I think we're top of the league in terms of that anyway. But is there any potential talents coming through that news I've seen? Let me know in the comment section below. It'd be great to actually see. And the centre back, that's just skipped. Then apologies, everyone. I've just seen Inter Milan want Mignolet. That's from you, and you can have him. I'll drive him to Inter Milan because yeah, let's go, Adam. But yeah, Adam, thank you very much for your comments. Understand he's quickly commented on a centre back to go alongside Virgil van Dijk. I think centre back, mate, and a lot of other fans would agree with you, mate. Dejan Lovren, touch wood, I really do love his progression this season. Virgil van Dijk has improved Liverpool defensively so much, not just in the centre back areas, but you've got your left back, the right back position. You just only have to see how much one player has helped. It's helped Karius. It's given him a lot more confidence being in goal, knowing that you've got the big Dutchman in defence. But I think there's the defensive partner, De Ligt, or whatever you call it, the Dutch lads. Obviously, he played alongside him. His Dutch colleague plays for obviously Ajax at the minute. I'd really love to see Liverpool pursue him because he's only young. He's 20, 21. But I'd sign him if we got the opportunity. Wouldn't cost a bomb because he's coming from obviously the Eredivisie, which obviously, no disrespect to the Eredivisie, but it's not got a lot of cash. So if Liverpool were to throw a 20, 30 million pound bid in for one of the biggest prospects in the centre back areas in world football, potentially, I'd throw 20 to 30 million pounds at that centre back. Everyone, let me know. Would you go after De Ligt? Obviously at Ajax, because I really do like the lad. I think he's got a bright future in football. You can't be too bad if you're at Ajax. They've not got a bad track record of producing decent players. You and Sergio Ramos could go to Liverpool. Even though he is 30, mate, I'd absolutely love Sergio Ramos, but I think he's a Real Madrid lad. He's going to stay at Real Madrid for the rest of his career. I'd love Liverpool to sign him, but can't see that happening, mate. Massive game on Tuesday. Very much so. And I cannot wait to do my live streams, obviously to build up for the Manchester City game. Get all yous involved as well. So click your notifications tab on if you haven't, everyone. If you just joined, click your notifications tab, obviously the little bell, so yous get instant reaction anyway. So because YouTube has been YouTube, classic YouTube, not notifying a lot of my subscribers anyway, but it's been a common occurrence for most YouTubers. But if you click that bell, it will alert you when every single one of my videos out. Obviously, my Liverpool Everton video did come out before, so if you haven't checked that out, when you go just before you go to bed, you can watch that as well. But yeah, Tony Kelly, thank you very much for joining. Everyone, the absolute legends. We really do appreciate joining in. Silly drop points. Spurs are level on points with us on 67. Obviously, in terms of Tony, I wouldn't really look too much into that, mate. Obviously, Spurs, with all due respect, Tony, they're out of the Champions League. We're still in the Champions League. And we will be, obviously, going into the semi-finals. Touch wood. I might be sounding a bit too confident, but you're seeing today, City, which we done in the first leg. If we can go at Manchester City for another 20, 30 minutes and get 2 goals, then that's the tie over. Tie is dead. If Liverpool do get 2 goals, I think City would have to score 6 or 7 goals to even have a chance to come back. And with that, you're asking for an absolute collapse. But Tony, obviously, the 4th place for the Champions League, there's no qualifying rounds. There's been a change in the rules, so anyone that does finish, there's no difference from 3rd and 4th. The top 4 that finish in obviously the Bundesliga, the Premier League, Serie A, and I think it was La Liga, every 4 positions go straight into the group stages. There's no messing about with qualifiers. Everyone goes in, even 4th. So, Tony, mate, I'd rather, we might slip down to 4th, but 1 position for me doesn't really change how good or bad a season is, really. Yeah, it'd be lovely to finish 3rd, but if it's a matter of 2 points here or there, for me, it really doesn't mean a lot. Yeah, Ozmaster is obviously commented on. Lewis Carrier says a good young keeper, give him time. Naby Diox and Lallana would be my dream 3 if Lallana can be stayed fit. That's Crichton. Those 3, I'll tell you what, that would be a very, very tasty midfield, that, mate, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely class to see them. The amount of running that would get involved in that, and the gegenpressing, I'll tell you what, they would run any team off the pitch. Obviously, I just hope Adam Lallana has not become the new Daniel Sturridge, obviously in terms of his injury worries. But yeah, mate, thank you very much for your comments. Ozmaster, obviously Yox, Naby, and Monster defensive midfielder. Ozmaster, who would your preferred central defensive midfielder be? Let me know. And everyone, if there was, obviously we have been linked with Jorginho, obviously the Italian Obviously, Napoli is having a standout campaign in terms of Serie A. But if there's any other, obviously, central defensive mids, let me know who you'd pursue. For me, you do look at Liverpool's height. Obviously, with Virgil van Dijk, he's such a huge presence in the box, and if you've ever watched him or if you've ever seen him in real life, he's an absolute monster. Like, I think he's only like 6'5", but he looks about 7-10 foot. Like, that's what Liverpool have been missing. Like, we've gone in the days where Liverpool used to have a big tall team. Like, you need them. Obviously, your messages of Manchester United got. You need big physical presence, and with Virgil van Dijk coming in, it has given Liverpool a lot more. Like, he's come in and he's like walking around the pitch like Conor McGregor, like just bouncing. He's got a swagger about him. Virgil van Dijk, he's got the confidence in himself, and that's rubbed off on obviously our defenders. But a monster defensive midfielder for me. If I was looking at central defensive midfielders, Nzonzi, he is an absolute giant of a man. Like, he's such a good player as well. Obviously, when he played in the Premier League, it was at Stoke. He's obviously gone to Spain. He's played in a Europa League final against us. Absolutely battered our midfield. And he's doing very well. For me, if I'd have a look at Nzonzi, but let me know, everyone, who you would go. Apologies. Hiccups. Apologies, but yeah. Adam, apologies, mate, but you've obviously just said, I didn't read your comment, I swear, I promise you, but Adam has just said Nzonzi. Great minds think alike, mate. But obviously, I asked your use what summer shopping list you would draw up if you were Jurgen Klopp and the transfer committee. But this is Adam's. He's gone with obviously summer transfer list. Koulibaly, obviously the Napoli centre back. Nzonzi, Fekir, and Lamar. Obviously, Fekir is having a fantastic season in Ligue 1, the central attacking midfielder of Lyon. For me, he's a fantastic player, Adam. I think he'd really suit Liverpool's style of play. But mate, there's some fantastic options. Any of those players, I think, for me personally, I bet that's why you put them down, mate, would really improve Liverpool's quality. If any of them, I think, yeah, all four of them that you've mentioned, Koulibaly, Nzonzi, Fekir and Lamar, they would, apart from maybe Lamar, all those three would go straight into Liverpool's first team, mate. Koulibaly would get in ahead of, obviously, Dejan Lovren. He's an absolute tower of a man, as I mentioned, with Virgil van Dijk. Tell you what, that'd be the Merseyside Great Wall with those two in defence. Because I think, if I'm wrong, Koulibaly is about 6'4", 6'5", but he's an absolute tank. Like, those two would ruffle some feathers if they were in the opposition box. Tell you what, both of them, I would not want to play against them. Koulibaly, put it that way, would bully Lukaku. That's how much of a big man he is. But realistic targets, I think, and for lesser clubs, and from lesser clubs, very much, Adam, absolutely spot on there, mate. The Irish Beard, thank you very much, mate. Do you think Solanke will be at Liverpool next season? Possible loan? Thank you very much, mate, for the comments. Everyone, if you haven't watched my Liverpool-Everton video that I done prior, that's on my channel anyway, so if you want to watch that after this live stream, definitely check that out. Get involved as well on your thoughts on the Liverpool-Everton game. But the Irish Beard, I'd send them out, mate, only if Liverpool obviously signed another potential world-class striker, because as today's match with Everton did show, if our Magic 3 are injured or any of them are missing, about anything, Liverpool have not got the squad depth. So Solanke, if we did sell him, well, not sell him, I mean loan him out, as you just mentioned there, mate, it'd have to be for obviously a more a similar team to the way in which we play. So it'd obviously have to be like a Huddersfield or a Brighton. You might be like, Brighton don't even play similar football to Liverpool, but I mean in terms of their attacking ethos as a club, their attacking like their tactics. So you wouldn't send Solanke to a team that just sits behind the ball. You'd want to send Solanke to an attacking flowing team. So when if he did come back to Liverpool, it'd be very much, very suited to Liverpool's style of play, because he's only a young lad and people shouldn't really be writing him off, because I tell you what, I think he's got every bit of attribute about him that could be a potential world class player, and I really do feel that he just needs a lot more game times. He was unlucky against Pickford today, as I said in my post match. Any other day, that could have just went in the back of the net and he scored his very first goal for Liverpool Football Club, and in the Merseyside derby, for him, that would have meant a lot to him. Josh Kenny's mentioned, thank you very much, mate. Obviously, if you're joining a live stream anyway, I've asked all you to maybe put your potential transfer targets, if you had a wish list, get involved. For you personally, that you have watched teams around Europe, whether that's in Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, the Dutch League, Divisie, or even in the Premier League, if there's any players that you would love Liverpool to sign and that you think personally could suit Jurgen Klopp's style of football, let me know, get involved. Josh has obviously said Zaha as well. Zaha seems to be a very popular choice. I've seen Josh isn't the only person that said Zaha tonight, and there's been a lot of me mates as well when we spoke in the pub and in and around. Zaha's name does get cropped up. But yeah, I agree with you. Adam said, I agree with John Zaha. I'd love Lamar not to start all the time, but we need depth. That's very key, mate, innit? Adam and Josh and everyone. It's very much depth, quality and depth. We need depth. We need Mane or Salah get injured as they have. We lack pace. Would be great to have either. Yeah, Ryan. Fred. Fred, mate, is that the Fred at Napoli? Ryan, let me know, because obviously the Fred, if it is that Fred at Napoli, he's very much a very ball-winning centre defensive midfielder. He's like got a bit of Mascherano about him. He's got a baldy slap head, and you would not want to mess with him, because Fred, obviously, he's in that setup for obviously Brazil for the World Cup. But Ryan, let me know which Fred you're talking about. I think that's the only Fred that does come to mind. But obviously, if it's a different one, mate, let me know. But he'd be a quality addition to, obviously, Fred. Oh, Fred from Shakhtar. Oh, yeah. That one, mate, he's very pacey as well, isn't he, mate? He's another one. There's so many. Obviously, I think they're the two Freds, really. But Fred from Shakhtar, mate. Ryan, I haven't seen a lot of him, but he's another name that does tend to crop up. But Ryan, what do you think personally? Do you like about his game that you could see Liverpool, if he did come into Liverpool's team, that his best attribute really that you've watched? I think Fekir would be lethal, Josh. I just hope he wouldn't be another Dimitri Payet, mate. Obviously, you've seen everyone, we've all seen him, and Josh, probably like you, when you have watched Leon this season, he's got the potential to be a world-class player. I think he's only 20, if I'm right, Josh, or anyone, let me know how young Fekir is. But he's very young, very young, and I think, if not this season, it'll be next season. If no one over in the Premier League does go for him, he'll just end up at Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain will be like, yep, we'll have him. And like they do tend to do, the PSG just rob all the best players. They basically do what Bayern do in the Bundesliga. That's why you look at other leagues and you're like, the Premier League, yeah, the Premier League's got the most amount of money in the world football, but the quality in the teams is very much spread out. Yeah, you've got your 1 to 6, but then when you go from like your 7th to like the 20th, the type of quality and the teams is very similar. In terms of like the budget, you've got like the bottom of the table teams spending £50 million. That's how much the Premier League has got. But yeah, that's when you look at Bayern Munich's and the PSG's. Obviously, in France, you've got your main two, Monaco, PSG, and obviously the exception of Marseille this season, who have had a very good season. And then in the Bundesliga, you've got your, obviously, RB Leipzig, who have just turned up in the last 2 years. Obviously, they were in the relegation threatened, obviously, League 2 with the Bundesliga and League 3, but they've had their rise, obviously, with the advertisements. It's mad how disliked they are in Germany. Obviously, if you're not aware, Bundesliga teams in Germany are mostly owned by the fans, which is fantastic. I really love about that, about Bundesliga teams. But RB Leipzig are the very first team in Bundesliga history, apart from obviously Wolfsburg, I think, who've obviously got a bit of part ownership of like big brands, obviously Red Bull, who do own RB Leipzig. But yeah, it was a kick-off, so you got RB Leipzig, Dortmund, and obviously Bayern Munich, who were running away with the league as always. And then in Serie A, you've got your likes of obviously Juventus, who are obviously the big players, Napoli, who have had a fantastic season. I do wish they did carry on the form they showed, but Juventus have very much won the title there. Obviously Inter Milan and obviously Inter Milan and AC Milan are not the threat that they used to be, but they've got Chinese owners. I think it's Inter Milan who've got, or it might be the AC Milan team who've got Chinese owners, so they are potentially coming back. But the Premier League is very much, just look at Leicester. No other league, if you look outside of that, wouldn't happen in any other league. To see how dominant, obviously, the Manchester Cities are, but there might be the exception. But I tell you what, there's no other Leicester City out there in any other of those leagues that you could like just go, yeah. You couldn't see a Levante randomly winning La Liga one season. It'd be ridiculous. You're asking Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico to have nothing seasons really. But Ryan's commented, obviously, I asked him about Fred's style of game, obviously the Fred Shakhtar Donetsk. He said Fred would lead the counter-attacks from midfield and could join the front three if one of them misses the game. And he is a Brazilian. That's absolutely spot on. Obviously, it does help if he's Brazilian. Keep Bobby sweet and all that. But mate, thank you Ryan very much for leaving that comment. You're absolute legend. My Minzo's wish list, summer transfer targets: Ndidi, Lenglet, Kovacic, Insigne, Fekir, Timo Werner, Usman Dembele, Alderweireld, and Paulinho or Rakitic. That's the most unrealistic. Is Usman Dembele the one that has Barcelona? I doubt Barcelona. I think Liverpool and Barcelona aren't on good terms at the minute, because we did kind of rip them off with obviously for Coutinho. But yeah, very much, mate. Obviously, when we talked about that, Ndidi, he's had a fantastic season at Leicester. For me, he's won the most obviously Premier League tackles ahead of Kante and obviously other ball playing central defensive midfielders. I really do like Ndidi. Insigne, I'd really love, obviously, the Napoli left winger / striker. He's one player that would, if I was in Liverpool and I was the transfer committee, I'd be like, Insigne would very much be in my top 3 targets to go out. But yeah, just annoying him, I'd be happy. Yeah, very much so, mate. Can Liverpool win the Champions League? And anyone can win the Champions League, mate. As we've seen, everyone was writing off Liverpool's hopes of trying to beat. Everyone was like, "Oh, Man City will steamroll Liverpool," but as we showed on Wednesday night, we won 3-0. And I tell you what, we can get a goal or maybe 2 away goals. That puts the tie ahead. And when you get into the last for the Champions League or even the last 8, anyone's game, as we've seen. We've won the Champions League with Jimmy Traore playing left back, and that was against the likes of Cafu, Shevchenko, Crespo, Kaká, and all that good stuff, playing for that fantastic world-class AC Milan team. But yeah, quickly, I'm going to be going very soon, everyone. But Ryan Rabiot would be class. Ryan, obviously, or anyone else, you've seen Rabiot's tweet or Instagram post in terms of his tweet on Instagram? He tweeted his love and his admiration for obviously the atmosphere. So could potentially he be going to Liverpool? Because obviously when he is at PSG, he's not been getting very much. He's not going to get ahead of Pastore, Verratti, and the likes of obviously Ben Arthur in that Paris Saint-Germain midfield. But that is a fantastic team, and it's very difficult to really get into that team. But Rabiot, he's very much a French international who's got a lot of quality, and he very much would complement Liverpool's midfield. But yeah, everyone, thank you very much, everyone, for the live stream. Really did appreciate all your support, and nice one for tuning in. I'll be going live tomorrow, as always. And yeah, everyone, have a quality rest of your Saturday. And love yous and leave yous, fellow Redmen. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, put your notifications tab on as well. But I'll see you later, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's see if I can stop my live stream. Don't want another one like we did last time. See you later, everyone. Have a quality night. Ciao.